Listen, you gotta hear me out here. Okay, so I know I could be making a video about literally anything else, but instead I'm making a video about this. Because I keep telling this to all my friends, right? So it'd be in the middle of a conversation and they'd be like, oh my god, I'm going to Italy for the summer. And I keep going, well, I mean, it isn't real, you're all getting fooled. And then they all look at me like I'm crazy for some reason. So I have to make a video, again, to explain to all of my friends some stupid topic that they do not care about, like, at all. You gotta hear me out on this, because it sounds wild, but, like, name one Italian. You can't name an Italian. The only Italian I can name is that one guy on TikTok that keeps making pasta shirtless, and I'm like 90% sure he's a government spy either way. Now you might be saying, hey, bub, my friend Pedro is Italian. No, he isn't. Pedro is not real. Pedro isn't even an Italian name. Pedro is a South American name. So, like, Pedro was sent out to spy on you and to make sure that this whole operation is still under wraps. But listen, I get my claim is crazy. What proof could I possibly have for this? First off, it's too good to be true. There's no way that a country the shape of a boot has all of this amazing scenery. There is just no possible explanation for that. Side note, it's a little bit funny that what is considered one of the fashion capitals of the world is shaped like a boot. Just, something to think about. And listen, if you look at all of these pictures, it's almost impossible that they're all one country. Look at all these different biomes. You got a plains biome, you got villages, you got a mountain biome. Hell, you got rivers there. You can't have all those different things in one country. That's what different countries are for. And don't even get me started on the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And it's pizza. It's the Leaning Tower of Pizza. They're not even that creative. Plus, you're expecting me to believe this is real. They're inconsistent about it too. Here it's small enough for a man to hold it up, but then here it's huge. Andy, come here. She doesn't believe Italy is real either. There's so many holes and inconsistencies in their whole story. There's just no way that this thing is real. Now, you may be thinking, hey, alright, now, you sound like a total idiot. How would they even get the means to make all these fairy tale backgrounds? First, your accent changed. Second, that's exactly the point. Fairy tales. They were made by Disney. Nobody else could make these landscapes. And Disney absolutely could. Have you seen the live action Lion King? That thing is like stupidly good. But I have more proof. The 2021 film Luca about the stupid Italian fish. Luca is just more Italian propaganda. But it made Disney a ton of money. Largely because it was set in Italy. Not only are they paying Disney to make these images, they're also paying them to normalize their stupid made up country. But Luca came out almost 3 years ago now. Their big project is done with. And that's true. Not only is their big project done, but what could they possibly have to do with all of these images? At one point, they just kind of have to stop, right? And they did. Notice how pretty much since Luca dropped, almost every Disney film has been a flop. Interesting. Next up, the language. It's just knockoff Spanish. Pero si un idioma se copia español, como portugués se ha copiado, francés también. Pero no hay manera que hay 3 copias de español. Clearly, they just got lazy and were like, let's just hop on the copying Spanish slash Latin trend. That's gonna sure keep us under wraps. They thought it would be easy since they already have a connection to it. And they thought they could get away with it. But I noticed, because I speak Spanish. And I went to the opera one time with my mom, and I recognized some of the words. What else do they copy? Food. Pasta bolognese, it was inspired off a meat stew that originates in France, which was then only popularized in Italy. Garlic bread also originated in France. It's literally made from baguettes. In fact, it's the whole phenomenon of Italy just taking credit for French foods. Wait a minute. They're also paying them to normalize, and they thought they could get away with stupid made-up country. They're so many operations. It's already on the whole phenomenon of Italy just taking credit for French foods. France made up Italy so that they could just use their spare dough from baguettes and croissants and French toast to make pasta and pizza and garlic bread. It all makes sense. They needed cash after spending it all in the English-French War. So they created Italy, this idealistic tourist destination, in order to make more money. It's the perfect place to go to in vacation and to write movies about it. It's just too good. They terraformed parts of their land to look like Italy to make more money, and they keep going with this until today. They stuff their pockets from the money they make out of this whole debacle. You can't trust the French. Everything they do is awful. Especially their language. This is anti-French propaganda.